Hello, guys. Thank you so much for joining. This is my first time ever doing a live sprint on my own, so we're gonna see how this goes. But I see already in the comments that we have Angelina and Lizelle and Maria. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, so definitely correct me if that's not right. And Grace. So I'm so glad you guys are here, and I'm super excited to write. So I wanted to write this morning, and instead I filmed a TikTok, which is like not good at all, but I'm hoping to get at least 4 or 5 chapters edited today. At this point in the edits, I'm looking for grammatical errors and style errors, so the edits are going a little bit faster because last week I edited the plot things that needed edited. I would love to know what you guys are working on in the comments, so definitely write that for what you're working on today. And then hello, Deja. Thank you so much for joining us. While you guys are writing in the comments what you are working on today, if you want to share, I'll bring up the timer. I feel like this is so weird when it's just me, because until the comments come through and there's like a lag. Oh, Maria, okay. You're from Europe. That's so awesome that you're from Europe. Sorry that I messed that up. I was adding in like a Spanish J sound there. Let's share the screen so I can figure out. Okay, so the screen should be sharing, but let's look through the comments and see what people said. So Angelina says she's going to try and outline / brainstorm a new project. Lizelle has to do 3 chapters worth of line edits today, so that's what I'm doing today. So this is a comment because if you guys didn't know, like Lizelle has an agent and is going to be published in 2021, so she knows a lot more about edits than I do. So I'm very curious, Lizelle, what do you consider like line edits? And then do you like have a separate category almost for like stylistic or voice edits? Because I feel almost like this is like my stylistic voice edits thing, and then I'm going to go through and do line edits after this. But I'm not like too up to date with all the different editing terms and what they mean, so I'm not sure if that's right or not. So I don't know if you could answer that question for me, or maybe stylistic and voice edits aren't even a real thing and I'm just creating that up. Jasmine's here. Hello, Jasmine. Thank you for joining. Deja said, I might jump between drafting my new project, outlining, and researching. It'll just depend on my mood. I like that, especially because it's the weekend. So going with the flow on the weekends is always better. Are you working? So you're drafting my new project, outlining, and researching. Does that mean, is that all on that same new project? Or is the drafting and then the outlining and researching on 2 separate projects, if that makes sense? Grace said, I'm working on my 2nd draft of my young adult summer romance. Oh, that's so cute. I love cutesy summer romances, so that sounds right up my alley. Maria said she's starting the 1st draft. So exciting. Oh my gosh, that is so exciting. Are you like starting the 1st draft right now, or like you're on the 1st draft? Like, are these the first words of the 1st draft, I guess, if that makes sense, or are you just working on the 1st draft? So while we're going through this, I guess I should also start the 1st sprint of the day. So are we feeling like a warm-up sprint, or are we feeling like are we feeling 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes? Let me know in the comments. And then while you guys are letting me know in the comments, the StreamYard just caught up. So Grace says my summer romance has the second chance trope. Oh, that's so cute. I honestly don't know if I've read a lot of books with the second chance trope, unless it's like is it more? No, you said it was young adult, because I was like, I've seen like Nicholas Sparks second chance type stuff when the characters are like older, but yeah, that sounds really awesome. Deja says it's a combination of both. The research would be for the project I'm drafting now, and the outlining would be for a different project. Okay, that's awesome. Props to you for being able to do 2 projects at once, because I can never manage that. I always have to spend like at least 1 week on one project before switching over. Lizelle said to my line edits question, I guess to me, line edits are more like nitpicky, checking some grammar stuff and fixing lines to read nicer versus like bigger developmental edits, which would also be voice edits, I would say. Okay, that makes sense to me. So I really don't know which one I'm doing because I'm just kind of changing up some things to make it sound like the overall voice of the two main characters. So I actually might be more on line edits, but yeah, maybe I'm still on developmental edits. I don't know why, but the editing process for me has become so murky with what types of edits I'm doing when. So yeah. Fasal says, I'm new here, so hello, Fasal. Thank you for joining. So just to kind of explain what we're doing here, we're actually going to be doing writing sprints. So pretty soon I'm going to set my emoji timer, and then we're going to sprint for a bit, and then we're going to check back in and see what everyone's progress was. So if that sounds cool, then stick around. Lizelle said 10. We have a couple of other 10s down here, so I will set that, but really quick, reading the last few comments. Maria says, yes, the dreaded first line. Ooh. A tip might be if you're really having issues with the first chapter, sometimes I'll go through and I can write like chapter 2 or chapter 3 first, and then I'll go back to the beginning. So maybe that'll help you. Allie's here. Hello. Thank you for joining. We're about to start our first sprint soon. Deja said, I usually can't work on multiple projects, but my head is all over the place these days, so I'm just trying to be productive. Yeah, I feel that. It's definitely a very wild time. Deja said 10 minutes sounds good. 10. And then Ayana just joined us, so hello. And Sage is here. Hello. Sage and Kaylin are also going to be having a live sprint, I think at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So there might be a little bit of overlap, but they're both super awesome. So I highly recommend going over and checking out their Spiller Quill live sprints a little bit later, if that makes sense. So right now I'm going to set the timer for 10 minutes. Set. So I think that I think the laughing, crying smiley face is going to win just because I feel like we need some happiness today. So let me know in the comments which one you think is going to win. And then Sage's comment is the last comment I'm seeing. So I will respond to any comments after that one, after this sprint, if that makes sense. So let's go and see which emoji wins. Okay, so that was the end of the first sprint, and I guess the one with the really big eyes one. Let's see if anyone chose that one. Oh, number 4, allergy one, the laughing, crying one, the tongue one. Oh, Lizelle chose the one with the big eyes, so congrats on winning, woo! I think Lizelle might have been the only one who chose that one. But how did you guys all do during that sprint? I see on here that we have some other people who just joined us. So hello, welcome. We just finished the first sprint. Oh, wait. So you haven't missed much, but hello, Nikki. It's really funny because on StreamYard, it shows up like that, but I also have the YouTube opened and I can see that it's like a really cute emoji, if that makes sense. Better Days Are Here said hello. So now before we move into the next one, I'd love to know how everyone did. I edited probably about half of a chapter. So I didn't really make any big changes. I was just kind of reading through to make sure everything made sense and that it was grammatically right. So there was like a couple of small changes, but nothing big. I really am happy with the changes I made last week to kind of up the tension in Act 1. So that's good. Life of Angelina said they got about 244 words in a brainstorm. So that's awesome. Alycat is editing her novel Lost. Ooh, what genre is that? Grace was just getting warmed up. I feel you there. One of the things I did actually to make my sprint go better was I put my phone across the room on the charger because when it was over here near me, I get distracted. So that was what I spent a good part of my sprint doing, was just moving my phone away. So Ayana was doing developmental edits, so that's awesome. Lizelle got a chapter edited. It didn't have many comments, and then she started on the next one. So, woo, that's awesome. Is it the first book in the sci-fi series, like the one that's coming out next year, or is it the sequel that you're working on right now? And then Alycat said teen fiction and young adult. Ooh, so that's awesome. Deja did 262 words that time, so that's super cool. I'm guessing, because you said you were either going to do outlining or research, so I'm guessing that was outlining. I think those are the two things that you said you were going to do. Yeah. Oh, so no, I'm looking back up at this comment. So the research is for the project that you're drafting, and the outlining would be for a different project. So were you drafting or were you outlining with those words? Oh, now I have to find where I was in the comments. Sage said they are almost done getting ready for the spill or quill, makeup, social media, etc. Just gotta do Instagram. Yeah, no, I feel that. How much it takes to get ready for a live sprint. Today, I actually didn't do any makeup or anything with my hair for this live sprint. I probably should have, but I was just feeling kind of a lazy Sunday vibes. Jasmine said she just ate brunch, but she promises she'll be productive in the next sprint. Speaking of which, while I'm reading these comments, let me know how much you guys want to sprint for next time. I'm thinking maybe like a 20-minute sprint or something a little bit longer, like 20-25 minutes, so that we can get some work done. Lizelle says, I'm back to working on my debut that's coming out next year. Woo, that's so awesome. I'm so excited for that. If you guys don't know about Lizelle's debut yet, I definitely recommend either checking her out her YouTube or her Instagram so you can get more details about that. I already want to pre-order it, even though I don't think the pre-order's ready yet. Deja said those words were for the draft, so that's awesome. She loves lazy Sunday vibes. It's my favorite day of the week. I actually really like Sundays a lot too. I think they're underrated. So I agree. It's probably, I don't know if Sundays or Fridays are my favorite day of the week, but those are definitely my two favorites. I think Fridays because it's super chill and like celebratory weekend, but then Sundays it's like lazy, but also I do a lot of my planning on Sundays and I'm like kind of relaxing before the week ramps up, if that makes sense. Sage says brunch is super important. Agreed. Deja says 25 minutes sounds good for me. So I think I'll set the next timer for 25 minutes unless anyone objects. Grace says, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go make a sandwich for lunch. Definitely agree that lunch is important. So have a good time making a sandwich and eating lunch, and we'll see you back here soon. So I'll set the timer. Can I clear? Oh, it's like not letting me go back. Okay. Oh, there we go. It changed up the settings on me, guys. So I'm gonna set it. Let me look at the comments really quick. So Jasmine says 25 is good. Ayana says Sundays feel like pre-Mondays, lol. See, I'm kind of a workaholic, so I really like the weeks. I think that's probably part of the reason why I like Sundays. Although when I have something I'm not looking forward to that's happening during the week, the Sunday scaries are too real. So alycat said, I'm happy that my story is slowly coming together. It's been taking a while, but it's getting there. Planning on making this a series. So that's awesome. Wow, that's so cool that you're going to be writing a series. So Jasmine picked the little guy who's smiling with sweat on his face. I think I'm going to pick, maybe this time I'll go with number 4. So the one in the back. I don't even really know what face he's making, but it looks kind of silly. I think that's probably the kissy face one. Yeah, that's definitely the kissy face one. So that's the one that I'm picking. And then alycat said Sundays are cool. It's one of the few days I get to relax the most. So I'm going to start the timer now, but I'll respond to the rest of the comments after this sprint. And if you haven't already, you can put the emoji that you think is going to win in the comments. So let's start it. Okay, that's the end of that sprint. So the crying faced emoji one, I know someone chose that one. Let's go back and look. Trying to find where this is where they started. Oh, was this for the last? No, this was for this round. Oh yeah, because I picked the kissy face one too. Did no one choose? Number 2, nope. Oh, Life of Angelina chose it. So congrats on winning. And I saw that RP joined us, so hello. Thanks for coming by. Also, Nikki, I saw your comment about how does the emoji thing work. I hope I explained it well in the comments. If not, let me know and I can explain it before the next sprint, if that makes sense. Let's see, what are the next comments? Life of Angelina ended up switching to a notebook and got 2 pages of ideas. That is so awesome. Woo. And then Deja said, why is everyone sad winning, LOL? Like, understandable, but dang. And then alycat edited a few pages of her novel. That's super awesome. Woo. Sarah just got on. Hello, Sarah. If you guys are enjoying this sprint, Sarah and I are actually going to be doing another sprint at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today on her channel. So definitely go and check that out and sprint with us some more if you want to be more productive. I definitely needed the productivity because I had very ambitious goals of how many chapters I wanted to edit today. So I wanted to edit chapter 6 through chapter 13. And in this last sprint, I just finished chapter 8. So I still have 9 through 13 left today. So definitely going to need the sprints at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sage said that they have to go and hop into the green room now for the sprint that she's doing with Kaylin. So, but thank you for joining us. Woo. And then Grace made it back and managed to get a little work done. Yay! I think, unless, really don't know what else to say except, do we want to do another sprint? I feel like not everyone has responded to what they did. Oh, okay, yeah. There's a lag on StreamYard, as everyone knows by this point in life. Lizelle said my editor brought up a question that I had to jump around in like 3 chapters to fix, so I'm still editing the 2nd chapter for the day. Ooh, hopefully that sounds a little rough, but the edits will make it even better. So, woo. alycat says she's up for another sprint. So if you guys do want to stick around for another sprint, let me know how long you want to sprint for. I feel like maybe another slightly longer one, like another 25-minute one, or we could do like a funky number, like 23:53. I don't know. There's some more people who are up for another one. Grace said 20. Lizelle's down for another one. So we could do 20. What does anyone else have any suggestions? There's a lag. I'm not getting any other suggestions. Okay, wait, there's tons of other ones. RP said 27. Jasmine says she's up for 20 or 25. Maria would love to do another one. Deja says 24:31, but she also likes 27:27. Lizelle likes 20. Ayana likes 27:27. Okay. This is really, I don't want to have to choose. So whatever the next one is that pops up on my StreamYard comments is the one that I'm going to go with for this next sprint, if that makes sense. So now I just have to wait for the lag to catch up. Unless that might have been all the suggestions and I don't know what to do. So even if you already suggested one, put in the comments your suggestion again, because the next comment that pops up after Ayana's last comment. Oh, 27:37. No, 27:27. Okay, I'll set the timer for 27:27. But if you need to leave before 27:27, I totally understand if you're one of the people who chose one of the shorter sprints. Oh yeah, so tons of people want the 27:27. Let's clear. I have to go back to the settings. I'm gonna set it. Ooh. I think I'm gonna go with the upside down smiley face because when I'm texting people, I use that smiley face probably too much. Let me know in the comments which emoji you think is gonna win, and then I will mute myself and start the timer, and we can see whose emoji won at the end. Okay, so we have the winner. It was the upside down smiley face. Woo! I'm gonna go back and see if anyone else chose that, but that's the one I chose, so it finally won. Yay! It's so hard to tell. I think we start here. Captain Green Money. I think I might have been the only one who chose the upside down smiley face. Huh. And then Life of Angelina said, oh, while I'm reading these comments and catching up, feel free to write how you did during that last round. But Life of Angelina said she got a bowl of strawberries with sugar and whipped cream and talked over some ideas of her mom so she knows which direction she's going to take the story. That sounds like it was a lovely sprint, and now I really want strawberries. Ayana messed up her eating schedule today, so she's eating dinner. It's salmon, rice, and veggies. That sounds like a really great dinner. That's honestly probably one of my favorite healthy meals, so yum. Then Jasmine had to go, but I'm so happy she could join. And I think that's all the comments that I have right now. During that last sprint, I edited, I forget where I was before, but right now I'm in the middle of chapter 10. I'm hoping to finish chapter 10 before the live sprint on Sarah's channel that I'm joining later, and then I can just do like 3 or 4 chapters hopefully during that live sprint. But I really am still happy with the big revisions that I made, and I'm just kind of like cleaning up some of the prose, if that makes sense. RP did 1,141 that sprint. Oh my gosh, that's so many words for 27 minutes. If you guys haven't been in the live sprint with RP before, he literally can do just so many words so fast. It like blows my mind. But he says massive writer's block at the moment. That's a lot of words for massive writer's block. So Kasia asked, what are you writing? And I'm currently working on a young adult contemporary novel. It is a queer romance between 2 girls, and it's super cutesy and just has like a lot of cutesy winter vibes. So I'm super excited about that. I just got my feedback from beta readers and I'm making those edits. So I did have a couple of big edits I had to make to Act 1 and Act 3, which I did last week, and now I'm just going through and editing for a couple of like almost crutches that I have with my prose style, and then just making sure that those changes made sense. Lizelle says she finished editing 1 chapter, 1 left for the day. Woo, that's so good. You're so close. Do you have like a reward planned when you finish your edits for the day? Deja says, almost to my writing goal today of getting to 30,000 words in the new draft. Ah, that's so exciting. Oh my goodness. What word count are you at right now? And then Ayana said, woo for LGBTQA rep. Sorry if I missed a letter. I'm not updated. But thank you so much. I feel like a lot of times I just say like queer representation or like queer novels or whatever, just because it's a lot easier. And then I know I'm not disenfranchising anyone accidentally, because I definitely agree that I've seen it multiple ways with the letters. So, but yeah, woo, especially right now because it's Pride Month. So I think it'd be really cool if I could query this project or start querying this project during Pride Month. Alycat says, getting closer to finishing editing chapter 4. That's awesome. Woo. Lizelle says, no, lol, I'm boring. My reward for finishing is being finished. Ha ha ha. Honestly, though, that is kind of a reward. I was talking, I think in one of my vlogs, about how sometimes I consider just crossing things out in my planner as like a reward, because that's like super satisfactory to me. Deja says, I'm at 29,351 words at the moment. Oh, that's so great. You're so close. So I'm debating if I want to do another sprint. If I do, it'll be kind of shorter. So would you guys prefer if I do like one other like 15-minute sprint maybe, or just end it here, because I do want to give myself a little bit of a break before the sprints that I'm co-hosting with Sarah at 4:30. But I also really want to finish editing chapter 10, and I have I have at least a page left. 2 pages. 3 pages. Yeah, so I have 3 pages left. So I'm thinking maybe a 10 or 15-minute sprint. Would you guys want to do another sprint, or would you prefer if I just like ended the live sprint here? Sorry, I'm trying to like get back to where I was in the story. Oh yeah, that's where I was. Okay. Let's see what you all said. Okay, yeah. So people want one more. Deja said crossing things off in my planner is life. LOL. I relate to that a little bit too much. Like, y'all, my planning is kind of procrastinating at this point. Like, it's so bad how much I plan. Grace says, I'm making progress slowly but surely. LOL. Yes, that's great. That's all that matters, is making progress. Life of Angelina said, one more 10 to 15 minute sprint, 10 to 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes. RP gave us another quirky number with 11:43. So I'm thinking maybe that will be what we do. 11:43 too. Yeah. So I'm going to set the timer for 11:43. Lizelle says, I'm still working, so I'm here. Yeah. I think 11:43 will be enough for me to achieve my goals, but I know right now that Kaylin and Sage are also having a live sprint. So if you are still working after the 11:43, you can go and join their sprint after this one. So right now we have the laughing, crying guy, the guy, this tongue guy, and then the angry one. I think I'm going to choose the tongue out silly guy. That's one I think is going to win. So let me know in the comments which one you think is going to win. This is the last emoji timer race until next Sunday. How sad. I will mute myself and start the timer now. Okay, so the silly one won again. Woo! I won 2 in a row. Wow, that never happens. Did anyone else win? Crazy-eyed one. I don't know. Maybe the crazy-eyed one is the same one I chose. So I think Angelina might have won too. But I got through the edits on chapter 10, and now I'm actually putting the first like 5 chapters or so into a separate document and sending it to my mom because my mom is extremely critical. So like she won't necessarily give me feedback on how to fix it, but I can usually tell when she reads something that I've written if it sucks or not because she's definitely not afraid to tell me if something sucks. So that's what I'm about to do now. But how did you guys all do during that last sprint? One sec, I'm putting this up and then I'll look back at the comments to see how you all did. Copy. Oh, geez. So RP said only 569 that time. I would argue that the word only maybe shouldn't be there because 569 words, at least for me, is a lot in about 11 minutes. So that's great. And you should be proud of what you did. Are there any others? Lizelle said she finished up for the day. Yay! Congrats. That's so awesome. And I know you said you didn't have a reward planned, but I feel like you should at least like cross it off somewhere, like the task is done, or like maybe treat yourself to like some Netflix or a good book or something like that. Life of Angelina wrote a page and a half answering a question. This stream has been super helpful in helping me develop this story. Yay! I'm so glad that it's helped you with developing your story. Is it the same story that you were writing in like your May vlogs where you wrote a novel in a month, or is it a different story? Katie Ann said, hello all, jumped in halfway through and got 345. Hello, Katie. Thanks for joining. And that's really awesome, especially for jumping in halfway through. RP says, by moving on in a positive direction and getting over this block. So that's good. Yay, that is good. Deja said, I did around 500 that time, so I need 200 more words to meet my goal. Oh, you're so close. Oh my goodness. That's so exciting. Isabella Red said, sorting out my timeline, figuring it out could be the death of me. Timelines and stories are very tricky, at least for me. So you're definitely not alone there. Grace said she just started a new chapter. Yay, congrats. That's awesome that you finished the edits on the other chapter. Lizelle said she does have it on her to-do list and she crossed it off happily. Woo! And RP said that he can relate to Isabella's comment about sorting out a timeline. He says, I need to do a timeline but can't bring myself to deal with it now. Yeah, timelines are so tricky. Maria successfully started the first chapter. Yay! Congrats. That's so awesome. Oh my gosh, that's so amazing. I feel like sometimes just getting those first words out of the hardest part, and then after that, it feels a little bit less stressful, at least for me, because I always feel like the first words need to be perfect. So congrats, and that's so exciting. Oh. Angelina said, I'm putting down that story for about a month or so before writing draft 2. So now I'm focusing on another story. Yeah, I do that between drafts too. So I definitely understand where you're coming from. Ayana said, your streams are my favorite so far. Aw, thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you for hosting them. I'm always motivated to be productive here. Yay, that's the goal. And that makes me just so happy. So thank you for making my day with that comment. But I think I am going to end this stream. If you guys are still writing, like I know Deja said that she needed to get 200 more words. I know there's a stream going on right now at Kaylin's channel. And then Sarah and I are doing another one starting at 4:30. So I will add the links to those streams in the comments. before I head out for the day, if that makes sense, so that you can continue writing if you want to. So yeah, and then I'll be back on Sarah's channel. So here's the one that's currently still live. And then let me go and find Sarah's really quick and put it in the comments, just in case you guys are still wanting to sprint. Oh, this is the one that starts at 4:30. And oh my goodness, there's so many comments. Maria says, thanks for the sprints and motivation. I'm a new subscriber, but will stick around for sure. Thank you so much for subscribing. And I'm really glad that these sprints provided you with some motivation and that you got your first words written on your novel. Angelina said, thanks for hosting. Hope to join in on yours and Sarah's stream later. Yes, so that is this comment. I just realized I literally linked them and didn't say what they were. So the second one is the stream I'm doing at 4:30 with Sarah. This is the stream going on right now on Caitlin's channel if you still want to write right now. So that one's currently live. Our piece is thanks. Catch you in a bit with Sarah. And then Katie Ann says, thank you for the stream. Lovely as always, and I hope to join you and Sarah. So yay! So I'm going to sign off for now, but I might be seeing some of you guys in like 40 minutes. If I don't see you, I hope you have a great day. And if I do see you, I'll see you again. I do these sprints every single Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So same place, same time next week. Bye.